Thanks, Natalie. All right.
Wait, what am I supposed to send?
A smiley face. It's just something that I can see you're alive.
Oh,
I accidentally put a clapping reaction next to my hand and now I can't get rid of it. I guess that's just going to be there the rest of the lesson.
It'll just make me feel like you're applauding for me the whole lesson. Okay, good. Oh, that's a nice one, Kate. All right, unit fractions. A document called the Rhind Papyrus is nearly 4,000 years old. All right. It shows how the ancient Egyptians were able to break any fraction down into unit fractions. What is a unit fraction? Well, a unit fraction has a numerator of 1. Oops. Okay, numerator. What's the numerator? Is that the top or the bottom of the fraction?
top.
Top. Good. Okay. So, like I said, guys, these papers, they're not assessing any like particular skill. It just assesses your kind of your logic, your ability to follow some steps, to show your thinking. Okay. As you can see, this is probably like, I don't know, year 6 stuff. Adding fractions. And look, show that. See? It's a bit different. So I can't make it so that these boxes tell you whether you're right or not, because it's a show that question. It's just doing the working. All right. So does anyone remember how to add fractions? What should you do first here? You can type your fractions in here. Maybe I'll just delete this box as the first example.
You have to give them the same denominator.
Good. So I'll do this as an example to start off with. 1/8 plus 1/6. What denominator could I do for 8 and 6?
Wait, do you want the lowest common multiple or?
Yeah, lowest common multiple. We could do 48. There is an easier one than 48.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's 24, no?
24, good. Sorry, I don't want to time the 48. To get to 24, I multiply by 8 would have to be multiplied by
3.
3. And this side, there's Krista.
4.
Good. Okay. So times 4. Hello, Krista. So it goes 3/8 plus 4/24, which equals, how would I simplify this? Sorry, it's 24.
Wait, you don't add the denominator, do you?
No, you only add the numerators.
Yeah, 7 24s.
Good. Okay. So, Krista, we're doing something a bit different today. This is called an investigation paper. It's not really a test of like any specific skill. It's just a long, no worries, a long paper with questions leading on to one another. Okay. So here's an example how you can set it out. All right. Add these fractions, show you working. Look, I showed my working. 7 out of 24. I think it was Peter, right, who said 48. If we had wanted to do 48, that would also have been perfectly acceptable. It just means that I would have to multiply the 8 by 6 and the 6 by 8, which gives us 6 over 48 plus 8 over 48, which equals 14 over 48, which simplifies as 7 over 24. So we'll end up with the same answer. Okay, if you simplify it, we'll end up with the same answer. And that's the one thing about these kinds of questions. Okay. Of course, there is one right answer, but there's no one right way to get to the answer, right? 2 different methods, right? 2 different methods, but with the same final answer. All right. So kind of following this same format. Right here, also acceptable. Also acceptable. Following that kind of format, can you finish off part B for me? Oh yeah, she said the link for Krista.
Or should I can do it, I already did it.
Nice. Okay, if you already did it, it's fairly straightforward, right?
Yeah, you just multiply the 6 by 2, then the 4 by 3 in the
Good.
fraction. 2
Right.
over 12 and 3 over 12, and the answer is 5 over 12.
Good. Mic drop. When you get to question 2, now they give you what you're trying to get. Show that. right? And then you got to show the working out, and you got to end up at a half. You could end up at a third. You could end up at a quarter. See what I mean? It's a bit different to your normal kind of thinking. Some people really like these kinds of questions. Honestly, most people hate these because it's not like, so rigid, but it's still good to do. All right.
Doctor.
Yes.
I kind of forgot, when you're dealing with, let's say, for 2a, you have 1/3 and 1/6. Could you just multiply the 1/3 by 2 and then the 6 by just 1?
Yes, good. You can keep the 6 as 6. That's very good, Goito. Okay. So let me share my screen to show what Goito's talking about. I mean, you all should see it in the link as well. He wants to make the lowest common denominator 6, right? Because obviously 3 is a factor of 6. Because this is already over 6, you don't have to change it. So in effect, this becomes 2/3, 2/6 plus 1/6. Okay, so that is the start of the paper 5. Fairly simple. Now the questions and the pages, they kind of slowly increase in difficulty. And the idea is once you've established a relationship here, you use that relationship in the next page, and then in the next page, and then the next page. So it gets a little more complex as we go on. And in total, there are 7 pages. Okay, that's why it's called an investigation. You're kind of digging deeper and deeper and deeper into the concept. All right. So what I'll do now is just kind of let you go for it. If you want to, no worries, Krista.